What? Jonathan, you're sitting on that side? I'm like seeing everyone. Why did people switch? Divine is saying that she can't hear you all. I don't know if you guys are speaking, but um, can you all hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Can you
Okay.
hear us?
Yes. All right then. Thank you,
No one was
everyone.
speaking into a mic before. That's why.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I now call this meeting to order today on February 10th, Tuesday at 7:08 p.m. Um, can we please get the attendance sheet passed around? And are there any amendments to the agenda? Sherry, I'm gonna place you in charge for the record for today's meeting, to let us know who in person has their hands up. But we'll begin virtually. I think, Tommy, you might have some.
Yeah, I do have one amendment. I motion to add an amendment to the election code to the USAC agenda.
Second.
Who was that?
Hannah.
Tommy motions, Hannah seconds. All in favor, please raise your hands. Please lower your hands. All against, all abstaining. I saw three on Zoom. Sherry, what's in person?
With an 11 to 0 vote, that motion passes.
Wow. Thank you, Sherry. Anything else, Tommy?
That's it on my end.
Alrighty. Sherry?
Oh, can I strike bag allocations?
Yes. Edison?
Hello, can I strike CS transport allocations?
Of course. Thank you. Sherry, is there anyone else in person?
Harem.
Motion to add a letter urging Ted Lieu to investigate U.S.-funded militarization in the Philippines to the agenda.
Yes. I think that
Second.
is the yes. Uh, motions, Daniel seconds. All in favor, please raise your hands. Please lower your hands. All against and all abstaining. Sherry?
With a 12 to 0 vote, that motion passes.
Thank you, Sherry. Any other people, any other council members in person with an amendment? I see Hannah.
Can we strike SWC programming fund allocations? Thank you.
Thank you. All right, now Sherry, I can't see anymore.
I don't think there's anyone else. Anyone else? No one else.
Alrighty. Can we please get a motion to approve tonight's agenda?
I motion to approve the agenda for February 10th, 2026.
Second.
Daniel motions, was that Hannah?
Yeah.
Hannah seconds. All in favor, please raise your hands. Please lower your hands. All against, all abstaining. Sherry,
With a 10 to 0 vote, that motion passes.
thank you. Next, we will move on to our approval of our meeting minutes. I hope everyone had the chance to take a look at our February 3rd USAC minutes drafts. And if there are no concerns or comments, then that is approved. Next, we will move on to our public comments. Sherry, is there anyone in person for public comment?
Yes, we have a few people.
Okay. Tommy, whenever you can, please put up the 2-minute timer. And to our students, whenever you see the 2-minute timer begin, you may begin your public comment.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Hi everyone. I know some of you, but my name. Oh, sorry. I'll wait for the timer. Okay. Yes. Hi everyone. Again, my name is Jericho. I know some of you. I'm here with Anak Bayan UCLA. We are a Filipino youth and student organization fighting for national democracy in the Philippines as part of the fight for genuine liberation for all oppressed people of the world. Right. And I'm here to call upon USAC to support the letter urging Congressman Ted Lieu to investigate U.S.-funded militarization in the Philippines. So some of you might remember, but I was here last year in May urging USAC to pass another resolution. It was the Philippine-U.S. Solidarity Organization's labor resolution. The resolution highlighted the Philippine government's repression of workers and union leaders in the Philippines through red tagging, deeming activists terrorists without any evidence in order to justify violence, including murders, disappearances, and surveillance. We have seen these acts of fascism and terror tagging by the Trump administration in the wake of ISIS murders of Renee Nicole Good and Alex Preddy. Trump deemed them domestic terrorists in a propaganda war against our own eyes. Chantal Onakoche was here at UCLA in Perloff Hall as the MC for a conference for Filipino student organizations like Anak Bayan, who serve the needs of the Filipino diaspora and for our people back home. She decided to do the most honorable thing and serve some of the most exploited people in the Philippines, peasant indigenous communities, who faced a forced displacement because of things like bombings by the Philippine military to make way for foreign corporations and big landlords to dispossess these communities of their land and abundant natural resources. Now, she's being labeled a terrorist because of her desire for genuine change and for going home to serve the people. We have members of Anak Bayan who want to go home to see our families and, like Chantal, serve our people. But Filipino student organizations like Anak Bayan are being red tagged under this framework. And we are seeing worsening attacks on activism both in the Philippines and in the US, even while our worsening conditions necessitate such activism. So, importantly, too, our tax dollars and tuition are funding the Philippine military's attacks on our people, right? So, yes, I hope the importance of the fight to urge our representatives to take our concerns seriously. I hope that you guys can see that. And with that, yeah, you all have a role to play in supporting Filipino students at UCLA to allow us to go home and allow us to serve our communities and to urge Ted Lieu to take an active stand against US-backed destruction and plunder of our homeland. Thank you.
Thank you. Can the next student please come to the mic and whenever the timer, whenever you may begin, whenever the timer goes off.
Hello, everyone. My name is Vanessa, and I'm speaking on behalf of the Philippines-U.S. Solidarity Organization, or PUSO. We're an organization based here at UCLA and West LA committed to advocating for human rights in the Philippines and uplifting and connecting the struggles of communities here at UCLA and West LA. As Jericho had mentioned, last spring, USAC passed a resolution in solidarity with Filipino workers facing violent repression by the US-backed Philippine government. So we're here again today just to urge USAC to uphold this resolution and commitment to supporting advocacy for human rights in the Philippines. Next Tuesday, PUSO, alongside representatives from Anak Bayan UCLA, Samahang Filipino, SLAP at UCLA, 580 Cafe, and Southern California Filipinx American Student Association will be actually meeting with Representative Ted Lieu's office to advocate that the office investigate whether U.S. military assistance contributed to the bombings which occurred in Mindoro, Philippines on January 1st, leading to the detainment of Filipino-American activist and community leader Chantal Anacoche. As students here at UCLA, we are a significant constituency of Rep. Liu's office. Moreover, it is known that the UC Regents invest student tuition fees into weapons companies, which manufacture the weapons that are deployed in the frequent bombings and war crimes committed in the Philippines. So as the body meant to represent the student body here at UCLA, we urge USAC to uphold its commitments from last spring, where it passed our labor resolution and support our campaign for human rights in the Philippines by publishing this letter addressed to Ted Lieu and the UC Regents, calling for the end of such human rights abuses and submitting personal letters from USAC members and staffers as well to share with Rep. Lieu to ensure that they know and understand their constituents' concerns. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Is there another speaker in person? Sherry?
Hi, my name is Alice, and I'm an undergraduate UCLA student organizing with PUSO. And I am here to call upon USAC to support the letter urging Congressman Ted Lieu to investigate the US-funded militarization in the Philippines, as well as pushing for the legislative changes that will protect students and student organizations in not just West LA, but also nationally, internationally, to advocate for our rights to advocate for human rights globally. And I just want to build off of what my coworkers have said, and I want to highlight all the ways that the Filipino government's terror tagging of the Chantal, the student advocate, has a parallel in the terror tagging of activism against ICE in the US by the Trump administration. The um, the framing of these activism as terrorist acts is a attack on our free speech for human rights that is no longer just on a campus, but also national, internationally, and more importantly, my activism with PUSO have pushed me to recognize all the ways that we should be connecting to our local national and international matters altogether, because we are fighting against a common enemy that aims to silence the most vulnerable. And I believe that it is within our duty to advocate and continue to fight for the advocacy and action for everyone's basic human rights and safety. And I am also here to push for a letter writing event that is happening tomorrow at 6. That is just personal written letters to Ted Lieu urging for these legislative actions. Thank you.
Thank you. If there is someone else for in person.
I'm just gonna kneel down a little. Thank you, everyone. Hi guys, my name is Pranaya Vijay. I'm with the Student Government Services team with Jonathan and Lorelai here. Wanted to quickly introduce myself. I'm also a staffer for Edison's office, where I work as a project liaison director. I'm also president for Bruins Fighting Pediatric Cancer, which is also under his office, so very involved with CSC. I specifically do the office space allocation work for SGS with like Brett, Diego, a few other people in here. And just wanted to quickly do an announcement. Our office space application is closing this Friday, the 13th at midnight. So if you know any organizations that would benefit from office space, or if you just know anyone in need, please feel free to spread the message. I believe FAC has an Instagram post up, so you guys are also free to repost that. Awesome. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Next speaker, if there are more people in person.
Hi guys, I'm Layla from CalPERG, and today I just wanted to announce that we've just released a national report on the cost of textbooks in the US for students. This is a campaign that we've been working on for a long time, generally just because the cost of education shouldn't get in the way of students' basic needs, things like that. And so textbooks should not be an additional burden on students pursuing their education. There are some pretty startling figures in this most recent report, with 75% of students nationally reporting having to buy an access code in order to do mandatory assignments, something that we know has caused many students to drop or not be able to finish some of their classes. And then also, I specifically wanted to touch on automatic billing, which is something that we have here at UCLA, which can honestly be very difficult for a lot of students if they don't know about it, they don't know how to opt out, because if they don't need to be paying for their textbooks and they're automatically billed, that is somewhat predatory. And a shocking 50% of students nationally have no idea that they're being automatically charged for their textbooks, which is really crazy. So we want to move away from that. And we also want to move towards more and more faculty using open educational resources, which are textbooks published under an open license, so you can access them free of cost. So that's something we've been trying to educate professors about and doing like individual outreach, but it's something that we're trying to shift and work more towards having accessible course materials. So yeah, that's my update.
Thank you. Is Sherry she the final speaker or in person?
Anyone else looking to give public comment? Yeah, I think that was last speaker.
All right, thank you. Tommy, is there anyone online?
No.
All right, with that, I close public comment at 7:23 p.m. Next, we will move on with funding with contingency programming.
Hi, this week we had a total contingency program request of $54,962 and recommended allocation of $19,412.33 for 2 USAC entities and 48 non-USAC entities. I also wanted to call out a $700 finals distressing event, and I'm happy to answer any questions, and I've also just pasted it in the chat.
Are there any questions? If not, can we please get a motion?
I can motion. If I can pull up the chat. All right, I motion to approve an allocation for $19,412.33 for 2 USAC entities and 48 non-USAC entities.
Is there
Second.
a second? Tommy motions. Was that Hannah?
Yes.
Hannah seconds. All in favor, please raise your hands. Please lower your hands. All against. All abstaining. Sherry, can we please get the vote?
With an 8-0 to 1 vote, that motion passes.
Thank you, Sherry. Next we have our SFS allocations.
Yeah, hello. So this week SFS recommends an allocation of $3,380 to 5 non-USAC entities and 0 USAC entities.
Thank you. Are there any questions or comments? If not, we move on to ASRF allocations and travel mini grant allocations with Chris.
Yeah, thank you. This week for travel grant mini fund allocations, we recommended an allocation of $450 to 2 non-USAC entities. And for the Academic Success Referendum Fund, we recommend an allocation of $3,281.90 to 8 non-USAC entities.
Thank you. Are there any questions or comments? Seeing as there are none, the AAC travel mini grant allocations and the ARC allocations are approved. Next, we have TGIF.
I'm filling in for Joy today. My name is JP Narvaez. I am a staffer for FAC, and TGIF recommends an allocation of $1,003.40 to 2 non-USAC and to 2 non-USAC entities and 0 USAC affiliated entities.
Thank you. Tommy, can you add the consent item? I don't think it's there to TGIF.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, I'm going to bump in here for a second. Technically, TGIF is the only funding body that you all don't approve. That's just a report. They have the authority to approve their own funds. So you can remove the, yeah. But also, I think we skipped ARC.
Did we? Oh, my bad. Divine?
Hi, everyone. ARC recommends an allocation of $36,337.78 to 32 non-USAC orgs and 0 USAC entities.
Are there any questions or comments regarding that funding allocation? Seeing as there are none, the ARC allocations are approved. Next, we have USA BOD fund with, I think, is that Emery? Yes.
Yes, I'm here to speak for USA BOD. This week we had a programming request of $1,743.95, and we recommend an allocation of $1,700 $1,743.95 for 3 non-USAC entities and 0 USAC entities. Happy to answer any questions.
Thank you. Can someone please motion?
I motion to approve the USA/BOD allocation of $1,743.95 to 3 non-USAC entities and 0 USAC entities.
Second.
Nico motions, Hannah seconds. All in favor, please raise your hands. Please lower your hands. All against and all abstaining. Sherry?
Jaya, was
Jay, is that an abstain? Jaya, is that an abstain vote? Or is your hand just still up?
Oh, okay, I'm just. Oh, okay.
Okay.
With a 12 to 0 vote, that motion passes.
All right, thank you. Next, we will move on to there are no special presentations or appointments. Next, we will move on to our officer reports. Keeping mine brief, I am at the California Higher Education Basic Needs Alliance Summit 2026. And I have been able to meet incredible basic needs professionals across the Cal State, the UC, and the California Community Colleges. Shout out CCC, our system. But yeah, Tommy.
All written for me today.
Sherry.
Mostly written for me, but I want to shout out our student relations team. They planned and executed a super successful basic needs farmers market and health fair. We had like 14 oryx tabling. We gave out 500 meals and over 100 produce bags, and there were over 650 students there. And so big shout out to them, and also thank you to Hannah, who a lot of her office tabled. So yeah, and then I wanted to plug a couple of things or two things. The first one is our annual Hill Day, Lobby Day in DC. Applications are open now, and then our higher education access lobby day, as well as our basic needs lobby day, are happening. They're happening in the next couple of weeks. They're either travel in LA or over Zoom, so super accessible for students who want to learn how to lobby. So yes, all the rest of my stuff is written.
Thank you. Talia?
Hi everyone. So we just had our self-defense class on Saturday and it went super great and hoping to do it again in the spring. We have our interfaith lunch this coming Thursday and petting zoo next week on the 19th, and the rest will be written.
Thank you, Joe.
Hi, nothing to flag over here. Everything is written. Just do want to actually mention that our Black History Month event, our Black Wednesday event has been moved to next Wednesday with CAC and African Student Union in the BBRC. So yeah, just want to flag that.
Thank you. Brett?
So most of it's written, but do you want to plug that we're working on a demystifying USAC elections kind of series with TSR? So we have an event on the 18th, which is next Wednesday at the Transfer Student Center at 6 p.m. And then we'll be doing it again on the 26th at 5 p.m. at the Latinx Success Center up on the hill. And then also wanted to shout out that in collaboration with EVP, we've been doing canvassing in Northwestwood for the housing data survey, collecting student testimonials about private housing experiences. Hope to make kind of a comprehensive report about that and share it in the future. But the rest is written.
Thank you. Chris?
Written.
Daniel?
Hello, everyone. Last Tuesday we had Sasha Colby on campus. It was super successful. We had over 300 people in attendance. It was a super fun show. Um, for this week, we are screening Casablanca on Thursday at 8 p.m. at Jamesbridge Theater. It's going to be our fourth movie in our Oscar series. There's a couple more screenings throughout the rest of February. Also this Thursday, we have a Noon Tunes in collaboration with ASUCLA. It's gonna be on Kirkhoff Patio. The artist is Ebony Lauren. It's gonna be super fun. And then on Friday, we have a Valentine's Day event. Uh, it's gonna be from 4 to 6 in the Brain Reception Room. We're gonna have free matcha, boba, other like treats and bouquet making. But yeah, the rest is gonna be written.
Edison?
Hello, my updates will be written.
Divine?
First, I want to go back to last week and really highlight our Art and Resistance Gallery. It was like a major success. We're all so proud and thankful for everyone who came to visit it. It was amazing. Continue to check us out for World on Wednesday and Art Series event. Starting tomorrow, we have our benefit market for Sudan in Kirkhoff Patio from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. It's Art Series World on Wednesday and art community programs. There's going to be a lot of things like music, poetry, typewriters, portrait making. It's gonna be great. And then on Thursday, we have our annual Hip Hop Congress Filming Panel in Kirkhoff Grand Salon from 6 to 8 p.m. It's focused on music videos and documentaries this year, and we have some guest speakers, Simone Bex and Volker Verdorn, who did ASAP Rocky's most recent music videos, and then also Andrew Kim, and the rest is written.
Nico?
Hey everyone, I'll keep mine written.
Hannah?
So one of our committees, Burn Run Walk, their 5K date is set for April 19th and registration is now open. So if any UCLA student wants to register, it's free until February 22nd. It's basically just a big 5K in Wilson Plaza, so I highly recommend signing up. And then I also wanted to plug one more event we're having this month. It's called Joy as Resistant and Resistance, hosted by one of my teams to really highlight the importance of wellness on identity and community building. And so if any USAC office wants to collaborate on this or can share the word to more cultural orgs, would really appreciate it. But we're gonna just have performances, food, and community building activities in Carnesale Commons. The rest is written.
Thank you. Kaya? Wait, no, Hiram, sorry.
Hello. Okay. Our third and final Speak for Snacks event is tomorrow on Bruin Walk from 10 to 4 p.m. So come get a free Diddy Reese cookie and give your feedback on what you'd like to see from the TSR office. We also have an Exploring Research Opportunities and Applying to Labs event on Zoom at 5 p.m. on Thursday, and a financial aid panel for transfer students on Friday. And if you want to participate in the collaboration Brett was talking about with Elections Board, TSR Donor 3, the whole like transfer students, encouraging them to run for USAC thing, please let me know, reach out to us. We'd love to have you. And also, since we have our community partner, Puso West LA here, I wanted to plug their letter writing event happening tomorrow. I know you guys heard from the public comment, but they're writing letters to Representative Ted Lieu to express our collective concern regarding ongoing war crimes and human rights violations in the Philippines and to demand an investigation into US-backed war crimes in Mindoro. So I think you can still submit letters if you can't make their letter writing event. So use the template and Google form they have on their Instagram to do so. I think they're trying to reach 50 letters by Sunday. So I'm encouraging everyone in my office to go by waiving some of our quarterly office requirements for them if they write a letter. So I encourage you all to do the same. Everything else is written.
Sorry, Kaya? I don't know if I had muted. Is she
No
not?
Kaya today.
There's no Kaya today? Okay, thank you. Next we'll move on to Orlando.
Hello, everyone. Hope you're all having a good night. The only update is just a reminder tomorrow's breakfast. I believe I have everyone's RSVPs. If you do have to, for unfortunate reasons, can't attend, just let me know as well. But I'm looking forward to tomorrow morning. All right, that's it.
Thank you, Orlando. Lorelai?
Lorelai has nothing.
Lori?
I have nothing. Jonathan?
Jonathan?
Hey, hi, hello. Just one quick thing from me. Please keep an eye out on your Slack and or email this week in regards to roster and NEC stuff as we go through to get all of that processed. If we don't hear from you, we can't process for you. And yes, those checks will be ready by the end of the quarter. So I would expect it to be in at least 3 weeks, if anyone is asking. Other than that, have a wonderful week.
Thank you. And I'm not sure if Peter is here, but next we can move on to our new business with the USAC election code.
Tamim's not here, so I can present that real quick.
Thank you.
So basically, the change to the election code is at the top. Campaigning that occurs outside the university-owned or university-managed property is prohibited. Off-campus campaigning includes, but is not limited to, the distribution of campaign materials, flyering, tabling, solicitation, or advocacy conducted at or within fraternity and sorority houses and surrounding residential areas, including fraternity row and sorority row, commercial businesses, storefronts, restaurants, or privately owned establishments, and any non-university property or venue not explicitly designated by the elections board. The only locations which campaigning is permitted shall be on-campus areas as defined, designated, and publicly announced by the elections board pursuant to this election code. Any campaign activity conducted outside the designated on-campus areas shall constitute a violation of this election code and may be subject to actions in accordance with Article 6 or 11.
All right, thank you, Tommy. Are there any questions? I mean, it's not to me presenting, but can we please get a motion to approve? Sherry?
I motion to approve changes to amendments to the election code.
Second.
Sherry motions, Hannah seconds. All in favor, please raise your hands. Please lower. All against. And all abstaining. Sherry?
With an 11 to 0 vote, that motion passes.
Thank you. Next, we move on to a letter urging Talut to investigate US-funded militarization in the Philippines with Hiram.
Hi. So we heard from different representatives earlier, and I'll just summarize the letter since I saw a lot of you guys on the document earlier. So the letter basically urges Congressman Ted Lieu to speak on the abduction of Chantal Anikoche, am I pronouncing that right? And to confront the broader repression of students, indigenous communities, and activists in the Philippines enabled by U.S. military funding. It also highlights the bombing of indigenous communities in Mindaro, the displacement and killing of civilians, and the use of terror tagging to silence student organizing. And the letter essentially ends with USAC asking Congressman Lieu, as a member of the Tom Lantos Human Rights Commission, to pursue oversight, accountability, and legislative action to ensure that U.S. taxpayer dollars are not funding human rights abuses, and just making sure that students can engage in education and activism without fear for their safety.
Alrighty. Thank you. Can we please are there any questions, comments? If not, can we please get a motion?
Motion to approve the letter urging Ted Lieu to investigate U.S.-funded militarization in the Philippines.
Second.
Here are motions. Who seconds?
Hannah.
Hannah seconds. All in favor, please raise your hands. Please lower your hands. All against. All abstaining with a vote. Oh, sorry, Sherry.
Sorry, Jay and Edison confirming those are
Those are
correct
yes.
names?
Mine's a yes.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Edison,
Mine's an abstention.
gotcha. Okay. With an 11 to 0 to 1 vote, that motion passes.
All right, thank you. And I adjourn this meeting at 7:42 p.m. Thank you, everyone.